Hello, my friends, and welcome to Koon's Kitchen. As you know, this is the channel where we cook quick, easy, and efficient meals while trying to avoid ultra-processed foods as much as possible. So today we're going to make a ground beef stroganoff with mushrooms and creme fraiche. And what we need are some onions, we need some garlic, we need some mushrooms, different kind of mushrooms. I've used some regular white button mushrooms and some baby bella mushrooms. But you can use any kind of mushrooms that you want. And ground beef and some creme fraiche, which is a European version of sour cream. I was so happy when I found this at Trader Joe's because it's really hard to find in the US. But it tastes like sour cream, a little bit creamier. And the good thing is that you can cook it without it being destroyed. So I already started preparing the ingredients, but what you need to do first is just to chop up the onions and chop up the garlic, chop the mushrooms. It doesn't have to be perfect because they're just going to go in the pot all together. But let's go over here to the stove and we'll start cooking. All right, let's get going. So we have our pot. We're going to start it on high and we're going to add just a little bit of avocado oil there. Use avocado oil because the fatty acids don't get destroyed when you heat it up, which can happen to olive oil, which is not so good. And then we're going to put in the ground beef there when it gets hot. Meanwhile, we can start boiling the pasta water. Just cook the onions and the garlic. We put in it all at once. And then it's always good to add a little bit of salt when you cook the onion because that prevents it from burning, because the salt will make it excrete some liquid. You just let that sit for a little bit to fry up the onions. Once the onion is started to get a little bit brown, you can already put in the ground beef. And just make sure it's on kind of high. You can already season the ground beef a little bit with some salt. It'll taste nicer. And some pepper. I love black pepper. I always put a lot of that in my recipes. If you don't like it, maybe you should put a little bit less. You'll see this dish is so quick and so yummy. It will even be done before the pasta is done. So I'm going to use this organic pasta from Trader Joe's. The ingredients are only durum wheat and water, so nothing crazy or suspicious there. Now this ground beef is pretty much already done. So now we're going to put in all the mushrooms. Put in all the mushrooms. Woo! I'm very full. Let those fry there. You can drop down the heat a little bit. So you just cook that for a few minutes until the mushrooms are cooked through and become a little smaller. And then we're going to season a little bit more with pepper, of course, some salt. There we go. That looks good. Right, when it kind of looks like this, it's ready for the creme fraiche and the soy sauce. And you just dump the whole thing in there. Maybe you don't even need a spoon. And then you just stir this in. Everything will become nice and creamy for your pasta sauce. Now our pasta water is boiling, so let's put in our pasta. I just going to boil it all because pasta leftovers are always good. Set a timer for 7 minutes. And then you add as much soy sauce as you think tastes good, but this gives it a nice flavor and it makes it a little darker as well. Of course, very important, we have to try it. So yummy. Okay, let this sit there for a bit. We can put the lid on. The pasta is done. There we go. Got the pasta. Some olive oil on the pasta. There we go. And we have our nice stew here. Look how nice it looks. Yummy. All right. I think it's nice to serve it with some greens. I have some baby spinach here, but you can do any green that you like. And just serve some pasta. There we go. And serve some of this. Yummy. Some nice greens on it. Here we go. You have a super easy lunch or weeknight meal that you can make for your whole family. My husband and my son loves this. All right, there you have it. I hope you liked this recipe. Let me know if you try it. All right, let's see how this turned out. So good. Very creamy and nice.